What's up, Koopalings? Today I'm going to be showing you how to competitively breed in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So I've been considering making this video for a while now. I will be breaking this up into two videos, so this video will just be about the breeding mechanic, that is natures, IVs, egg moves, and then in the future I'll post a how to EV train video. So I've been playing competitive Pokemon for about the past 5 years, and I wanted to make a video where I just compile all of my Pokemon competitive knowledge into this one-all guide. I know there are a bunch of guides on YouTube on how to IV breed, EV breed, egg moves. It's just a lot of stuff, and I feel like if people took the time to actually learn how to competitively breed and train their Pokemon, we would see a lot less hacked Pokemon on the battle spot. I don't know, because it is kind of demoralizing after you spend like a little bit of time trying to like grind up all your Pokemon, get all like the perfect IVs on them, you go fight somebody, and then they have six IV shiny Pokemon. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's break this down in 4 steps. Number 1 is going to be getting the Pokemon you're going to breed for and its ability. 2, egg moves. 3, nature. And 4, IVs or individual values. Okay, first things first, you're gonna have to decide what Pokemon you want to use. The Pokemon I'm going after is a competitive Garchomp, and this is the set I will be using. And as you can see, this set is going to require Garchomp to have its hidden ability, Rough Skin. You can find Gabite in Hyena Desert only by SOS and only when there's a sandstorm present. And ironically, SOS is the only way you can get the hidden ability. After an SOS chain of 10, you'll have a 5% chance of finding the hidden ability. After an SOS chain of 20, you'll have a 10% chance to find the hidden ability. And after an SOS chain of 30, it'll be a 15% chance of the Pokemon having the hidden ability. I would just chain to 10, and then after every Pokemon that pops in, just check its hidden ability with either Worry Seed or Skill Swap. If you don't need the hidden ability, this step is completely unnecessary. You can just skip it. Once you find the Pokemon, you can just catch it, or you could actually chain it to at least 30. That'll make it a little bit easier for you when it comes to breeding. The reason behind that is the more you chain, the higher the chance of the Pokemon having perfect IVs. So after a chain of 30, the Pokemon is guaranteed to have 4 perfect IVs. Oh look, it's a Gabite. Does it have its Rough Skin ability though? Let's check. Aha, there we go. Now we got Gabite with Rough Skin. I think I'm gonna throw a timer ball. The battle has been going on for like 60 turns, so that should definitely catch. And we got him. Nice. Now let's talk about egg moves. Every Pokemon has a list of moves that they can inherit from their parents. For example, Garchomp has Outrage as one of its egg moves. Also, when you catch your Pokemon, make sure you catch a female Pokemon because that will make it a lot easier when you try to breed egg moves onto it. So if I breed my female Gabite with any of these Pokemon in this group that is currently knowing Outrage, I will get a Gible that knows Outrage. In Gen 7, both males and females pass down egg moves, so I could continue this if I want to. If I want to put, let's say, Double Edge on Gabite, I could take my Gible that knows Outrage, breed it with one of those Pokemon that know Double Edge, and I would get a Gible that knows Double Edge and Outrage. Okay, so let's move on to natures. Natures, if you've never really been into competitive Pokemon, it's something that was always there. You might not have noticed it. There are 25 possible natures that affect Pokemon stats. Every nature ups one stat by 10% and lowers another stat by 10%. There are what's called neutral natures, but that's only because it's upping one stat, but it's lowering that stat at the same time, so it effectively is neutral. For my set, I need an Adamant Garchomp, which ups the attack and it lowers the special attack, because we're not really going to use this Garchomp specially offensive, we're going to use it physically offensive. And there are multiple ways to get Adamant on your Gible. The first Gabite you caught just happened to be Adamant, so that could be one way you could have got it. Any of the Pokemon you bred egg moves, they could have had Adamant that could have been passed down, or you just breed it with an Adamant Ditto to pass down the nature. To pass down natures, all you have to do is breed 2 Pokemon and give the Pokemon with the nature you want to pass down an Everstone. You can find Everstones everywhere. I think like Boldore has like a 50% chance of holding an Everstone. You can go to 10 Carat Hill, knock out a Boldore, and it's probably going to drop an Everstone. So for me, none of the Pokemon I bred with had Adamant, so I'm just going to breed my Gible with a Ditto holding an Everstone. That way the Adamant nature is passed down to the Gible. Okay, there we go. Now we have a Gible that knows Outrage and is Adamant. Now we get to the fun stuff. I feel like people don't know they know the least of, and that is IV breeding. So if you don't know what an IV is, an IV stands for individual value. They represent the potential of a Pokemon. They range from 0 to 30, which 0 is being absolute worst and 31 is being perfect. So naturally, if you just breed 2 Pokemon together, 3 of the 12 IVs between both parents will be passed down to the offspring. But if you give one of the parents a Destiny Knot, 5 of the IVs between the parents will be passed down to the offspring. You can get the Destiny Knot from the Battle Royale Dome for 48 battle points. There are actually a lot of ways to get 4 or 5 IV Dittos to breed with. There's actually a side quest in Ultra Sun and Moon called the Ditto 5, and you can actually battle these Ditto, and they actually have like 4 to 5 IVs, and they have really good natures to breed with. You can also SOS chain Dittos, so SOS a Ditto to 30, and then just catch a random one, and it should have at least 4 IVs. And also this one, I don't know if a lot of people know about this, but I think it's a really cool method. If you have any of the Pokemon Virtual Console games, Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal, if you catch any of the Dittos in there, any Pokemon in the Virtual Console is guaranteed to have 3 IVs. So if you just catch like tons of them, like if you catch like 30 of them and then move them up into Ultra Sun and Moon, there's probably going to be a few of them have at least 4, maybe 5 IVs. So if you want like a different way to get your Dittos, I think that's a really cool way to do it. And since we aren't working with 6 IV Dittos, what we're going to have to do is try to align these IVs. Hey guys, Camilo from the future here. I was actually editing this video and I realized I lost some of my webcam footage. Anyway, we need to breed this Gible now with 3 to 4 IV Ditto holding a Destiny Knot. Like I said before, this Destiny Knot should pass 5 IVs between the 2 parents down, so hopefully we'll get some IVs from the Ditto to land on the new Gible. Okay, so now I have an Adamant Gible that knows Outrage and has 2 perfect IVs. This Gible has a perfect IV in attack and a perfect IV in special defense. Now comes the tedious part. The most ideal situation for us would be to have a perfect IV in HP, attack, defense, special defense, and speed. You can kinda, if you wanna like say, oh, I don't think I need to go like completely, it's just basically how hardcore you wanna go with this. Like you could go full, complete 6 IV Pokemon, but most Pokemon don't really need 6 IVs, especially for something that's a full physical attacker. It's not going to use that special attack at all, so we don't really care what the special attack IV is. So now, we want to get more IVs, so what I should do now is take this Gible and replace the Gible I have in the daycare now that has no perfect IVs, so that when the next time rolls around, more IVs will land onto this Gible. So, second round of breeding, we now have a Gible with a fantastic in attack, which is almost perfect. Sometimes that's usually kind of useful if you want to use hidden powers. That means the IV is a 30, not a 31. So that's like pretty good. Like sometimes you can let that slide. We have a perfect IV in special defense, and we have a perfect IV in speed. So we're up to 3 from 2. So as you can see, when you take the Pokemon you just bred that has more IVs than the parent, when you replace it and then you breed more, you'll get more IVs onto your Pokemon. So this one is like, it's almost a 3 IV Pokemon. So this is the Ditto I was breeding with. It has perfect IVs in attack, defense, speed, and special defense. So if I kept going with this, I could probably get it, if I'm lucky, I could probably get a Gible with attack, defense, speed, special defense, just like this Ditto. And then when I have all those stats, I would switch out for this Ditto, and it has the other side. It has HP, attack, special defense. I don't really care about the special attack, and it's just kind of like a rinse and repeat cycle until I get the right combination of IVs that I want. And there we have, a few hatches later, I have got my perfect gibble. And that concludes part 1 of my competitive breeding guide. If you like this video, and if you would like to see an EV training guide, be sure to Super Smash Bros. That like button down below and let me know that you want to see it. Yeah, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Camilo out.